Hello, this is Daniel Mascando for Principios y Valores Party. Uh, Remember that Principios y Valores Party is one of the most Peronist parties in Argentina, led by our leader Mario Guillermo Moreno. We want to share at this time several concepts regarding the inclusive nationalism that is strongly related to Peronism. But let me share the presentation. Just a second. Let me share just a second here. So we see. Okay. We could read this presentation at this time. Nationalism, the Argentine synthesis, a political framework for Principios y Valores Party in a new international order. This presentation is presented to the True Social and other social medias in USA. So it's very important because we want to share first the flyer .com.ar. This group, RIO, Los Inorgánicos Organizado in English, the Organized Inorganics, is an Argentine political organization linked to the Peronists and Guillermo Moreno. So, this flyer is a clue to understand. Let me read that here. Today, we are in a position to tell the world that there is a doctrine born of the where bloodline merge. That that means rages, mixed rages, where we are nationalists, but with open arms, where immigration does not bother us, where we are different, non-aggressive, kind of nationalism that recognizes that the peoples are the subject of history. In brackets, remember our Pope uh, Francis, Argentine Pope, where harmony is superior to the conflict, and there is no conflict between capital and labor. There is harmony. So that is very important to start this presentation. This is Peronism, foundation of identity, moving beyond the multicultural towards the intercultural synthesis. Defining inclusive nationalism, that is Peronism, is humanist and Christian, root, rooted in the social doctrine that places the human person at the center. It is a nationalism that embraces the world from the position of sovereign strength. So, the second point, the community of destiny. It is not defined by exclusion, but by a shared project. We don't ask where you come from, but where we are going together. These are, in other words, these are uh, a very different position for the exclusive nationalism that was built in Europe mainly, but the Peronism is very different. This is inclusive nationalism. Ancient roots, indigenous heritage, the pre-Hispanic foundation. Our identity begins with the original people, the Mapuche, Guarani, Diaguita, and other originary communities. First connection to our soil. Inclusive nationalism recognizes the ancestral dignity not as a separate entity, but as a vital fiber of the Argentine social fabric. This is our basement. the indigenous heritage. Yes, they are part of our community. The great wave of immigration, a global between 1857 and 1930, Argentina received 6.6 million migrants. Our constitution of 18 was designed for all men of the world who wish to inhabit Argentine soil, just to share the population. Immigrant of Italy, 3 million contributors uh, to our culture. Spain, 2 million cultural siblings. Syro-Lebanese, deep integration in commerce and life. And there are other communities. Remember Jews, uh, Germans, and other countries to receive. They are brothers for us. The crisol de razas melting pot synthesis. This is our DNA that started in the middle of the century 18th. Cultural ancestry mix. Italian roots 45%, Spanish heritage 30%, indigenous mestizo 15%, others Arab, German, Jewish 10%. We are the synthesis where different cultures became a single sovereign people. Historical migration proportion. Proportion of foreign-born population at the turn of the 20th century. Big impact. Well, we want to share a comparison between Argentina and United States immigrants. Argentina in 1914, that was 30% of population. And the United States at the similar date, similar year, at the 1910, 14, that's 7%. Argentina integrated the foreign population double the size of the USA proportionally, provide, proving the immense success of our inclusive nationalist model. Just remember the end. There was a peak of immigrants at the beginning of the 19th century. Remember uh, that the date is match. It matches with um, the First World War, 19, 1914. That war, that war produced uh, more population from Europe fled on America, on several countries in America, such as United States, Argentina. Remember that that fact, the, the First World War. The organized community, the dignity of labor. In our doctrine, there is only one class, those who work. Work is the great equalizer of races and origins. Intercultural harmony, unlike multiculturalism, which isolated groups, our model synthesizes them into a patria. Social justice, the bridge between the individual freedom and national greatness. Sovereignty, a nation that cannot decide for itself cannot truly include its people. That is very important. That is a basement of our Peronist doctrine. Economic sovereignty, sovereignty, 100% focus on production, building of a productive model. Nationalism of inclusion requires a strong middle class. That is a clue word, strong middle class. Remember that with the current government of Milei, the middle class is destroyed, is destroyed, is diminishing. Uh, they want to improve. They want to improve our business, our high classes of entrepreneurs, instead of the middle class. That let me repeat the concept: nationalism of inclusion. I mean, Peronism requires a strong middle class. We advocate for a move from the speculation model, this is the current model of Millet, to the production model. Is a proposal of the Peronism, reindustrialization of the nation, energy and food sovereignty, protecting domestic labor against global anarchy. Unfortunately, we are suffering the global anarchy at this time in our country. Uh, and unified nation, liberal synthesis. Today, Argentina stands as a beacon of racial and religious peace. Our nationalism is a home where Jews and Arabs, European and indigenous people work side by side. In other words, we, ha- we don't have separated neighbors in Argentina, in the cities of Argentina. They are mixed, they are merged, they live merged in merged way. This is the model we propose to the world. Sovereignty without xenophobia, identity without exclusion. Let me share the map on the right. This is very important to share. This is the real map for us. Remember that uh, most of time the Argentina country is shown on the superior section, just the continental section in South America. But remember that our country is shaped by two continents, the South America country, the continent, and the Antarctica country. This is this is our Antarctica continent. Okay, this is our region. When Guillermo Moreno said, let me put clear the concept. When Guillermo Moreno said that the Great Britain stole us the 25% of our country, he refers to this area. Sorry, this area, the area that he said. Let me share the previous slide. He said not only the Malvinas Island, we need to add the surrendered area in our Argentina Sea and the other areas such as Sandwich, Orcadas, Georgias del Sur. This is that region. Just imagine the 25%, just to remember that this situation. Vision of the multipolar world, economic potential of sovereign integration, projected stability index, globalism. This is the world we are living, transition, sovereignty. The sovereignty is the status that we want to live, and that matches with the current situation, with the new international order, with the new main axis with Trump, Putin, and the Pope Leo 14. So let me share that situation. Any question? Please contact us. Our True Social account at symbol Mario Guillermo Moreno. Please follow that account. This is very important to see the news regarding our Principios y Valores Party. Well, I hope that could be clear. That could be clear by explaining that. That is very important for us. We expect in few time we, we will have election. We are having elections, presidential elections, the next year in 2027, and we want to replace the current presidency of Milei. That is a worst presidency presidency in Argentina in the democracy. Well, see you. My regards.